Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in Joshua chapters 12 through 14. And just a good life lesson through this one. In chapter 12, that one's just kind of real quick. It's a recap of the conquered kings in the land that the Israelites were moving through. But then we get to chapter 13 and we see that there's still a lot of work to be done. In one area of land, the Israelites haven't finished conquering the Philistines, um, and the Philistines are still there today. And that's kind of an interesting thing about it. They're called the Palestinians now, but they still live in Gaza, and they're still a thorn in the side of Israel. We go down a little bit further and we see that Lebanon was never conquered, and Lebanon is still a country in the Middle East that hates Israel and shoots rockets over there all the time. Palestinians send suicide bombers into Israel all the time. So, I mean, when I say a thorn in their side, man, I mean there are deadly attacks. They hate them. God said to utterly destroy these people. When I read the account of the Israelites moving into Canaan, several years ago, it kind of dawned on me that this was also like a picture of my life when I came to know Christ. And I moved from the wilderness into the promised land of God. And God said, hey, Chuck, go into this land, and there's all these areas of your life, and I need you to just drive through this land of your life and conquer all these areas and utterly destroy the sin that is in your life. Well, just like the Israelites, man, I moved in, I was excited, and at first, I won some battles, but, as this area of my life, maybe let's say pride. Pride's huge. Maybe I conquered a bunch of it, but boy, I left this part in there. And to this day, pride is still getting me. Lust. Maybe I conquered half of it and left this much. Well, today it's still so. Just like Israel, all the things that they left, the people and the places, the countries that they did not conquer and drive out like God wanted them to, are still coming back and are still thorns in their side. So don't be discouraged by this. Christians who have not conquered the sin in their lives are going to fight it. Well, reality is none of us are perfect, and we've all got sin in our lives. And it is going to be a daily battle until we're taken out of this earth, off this earth. And we understand that. We have a battle between flesh and spirit, and we want our spirit to win. We're spiritual beings now, and our flesh wages war against us. Just like the suicide bombs and the rockets that are sent into Israel, sin and Satan keeps sending all these deadly sins against us, but we have to keep fighting them. One thing about it is Israel's still there, aren't they? They're still in charge of that country, aren't they? We're going to win this battle eventually, but until then, it's going to be a struggle. So take heart. God fights for Israel and God fights for us. But we're going to keep having these battles, so don't get discouraged if you find yourself in a battle and, man, you lose every once in a while. Our victories are going to outnumber our losses. Now, that doesn't gain us any footing in heaven. It's not a balanced scale of more sin versus less sin. But it is a battle because we love God and we want to reflect Him and be image bearers of Him. We want the rest of the world to see us as different and set apart. We don't want to stumble or be a stumbling block to anybody else. And the way to be like that, what we are called to be, is to win these battles between the spirit and the flesh. That's how we're going to be recognizable. So I hope that's a good word of encouragement for you. Tomorrow we're in Joshua chapters 15 through 17. Again, there's going to be some great takeaways, so read ahead, and I'll see you back here tomorrow. In the meantime, you guys be safe.